For this lesson, let's go into Pages. All right. Let's open up our Lonely Images 1. As they say, 1 is the loneliest number. But we do have some stuff on here. Problem. We don't like the condition of the image. Needs some help. Now, what do? In my opinion, if you have the ability, you want to go to a program that spends its life working on photo manipulation, like Photoshop. Now, if you're a member of the Creative Suite, you basically have access to a lot of these programs, but that doesn't necessarily mean you know how to use Photoshop. So let's forget that even exists. I have some problems with an image, and it's like, well, I do want to change it a little bit. What do? Well, number one, you will notice I have my Properties panel down here. I can double-click to collapse or open that. You may not have it down here. You may not see it at all. If you don't see it, go up to the word Window on the pull-down menu and go and select Properties right here. It may not be down here. That's just where I like mine. You will notice if I select an image, we get these areas right in here. They are designed to help us manipulate the image, including Photoshop if you want to. So if I click here on this button, guess what? Well, it will open up Photoshop. It will open up the image in Photoshop. It will allow me to edit the image, save it, and when I close Photoshop, it will be changed. We don't have Photoshop, or we don't know how to use it. What do we do here? Well, the first button is to edit the image in terms of its settings. So if I click here, I get this area here, Image Optimization. Now, we do have some presets, but we also have the format right here. The formats that we're using are JPEGs, but I can actually change it right here if I want to. My favorite format is a PNG because it's non-destructive editing. The problem with that is the files are rather big, and sometimes we don't use that one because they take too long to load. So if I decide I'm going to make this non-destructive, I'm going to go PNG 24 on that guy. And I click here, watch the size, because the size is right here, 50K. Double the size of the image, it isn't any better. So in that case, I'm not going there. So I'm going to click back here and take it back to JPEG. JPEG has a quality option. Notice it's at default at 99, which is like the best it can be. We can make the file smaller by lowering the quality. Now, what does JPEG do? It removes information from the image to make it smaller. Sometimes that's good, sometimes it isn't. So if I say I'm going down as small as I can go, it's live, and that does not look good, but it's only 2K. Wow, that's going to load fast, but no one's going to like it. Now, I usually go somewhere between 60, and I can never get the number that I want, so sometimes what I do is I come over here and actually type the number in. I just give up sometimes. Now, you can see it doesn't look as good as 99. If I go to 80, see if I can get the number this time. Yay. Notice how it looks better. I usually try to go somewhere between 60 and 80. Notice the file size dropped from 50K to 18K. That's a good thing. It's going to load faster. So our first option outside of going to an image editing application is the ability to optimize the image right here in Dreamweaver. Let's go ahead and get out of here. The next one over is actually something called Update from Original. Now, we don't have to worry about that one yet. It's grayed out anyway. Let's go to the next one. This one is for cropping. It's the wrong size. Now, you're going to get this message. It's going to say it's going to permanently change the image unless you press undo. I can live with that. I'll click OK. Now, it allows me, if I want to crop the image. But if I choose this by double-clicking, it doesn't fit in the box anymore. So I'm going to choose my favorite key in the whole world, undo. Life needs an undo button, and we're back to where we started. The next one over is a resample option, which gets us back to this one right here. So let's not worry about that right now. We also have brightness and contrast. We're going to get that same message, click through it. We can change things like the contrast and the brightness if we want to. You can always turn this off if you want to see the before and the after. Now, sometimes I do like that, but understand what brightness and contrast actually are. They are a linear adjustment to the image brightness and the contrast. In other words, they don't take into account things like the midtones and the shadows and the highlights. They just do everything like a sledgehammer. So I don't really use that one that much, but it's here if you need it. I'm going to cancel out of there. And the last one right here is for sharpening. Now this one I will use. Although I usually use it in Photoshop, it works pretty good here too. Let's click out of here. And here it is. Now if I go all the way to 10, that's one sharp image. That's a bit much. What I usually go for is a 1 or a 2. Just a little bit more sharpness. So if I go to a 1, now I'll turn the preview on and off, and you can see it did indeed change it. If you like what you see, click OK. If you don't, click Cancel. Even if you don't have Photoshop, which is the program I would probably use, you still have the ability inside of Dreamweaver to do some adjustments to the images to make them the best they can be.